Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Roman Reigns returned to WWE after 3 months of absence last week on Monday Night Raw. The undisputed Tribal Chief was brutally attacked on the flagship show after WrestleMania 41 at the hands of Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. Reigns has returned with a new nickname, the OTC1, which has raised multiple questions amongst fans and experts trying to decode the reasoning behind it. This mystery may potentially be answered at SummerSlam 2025. There is a strong possibility that Roman Reigns and Jey Uso may team up to take on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in a tag team match at the biggest party of the summer. In a shocking twist, after capturing a win over Paul Heyman's heel group, Reigns might crown the Yeet Master as the OTC2. Reigns will likely go on another hiatus from WWE as he has to film his upcoming Hollywood film Street Fighter. Roman could crown Jey Uso as his successor, crowning him as the OTC2, a position the head of the table considered Solo Sikoa for before he backstabbed him. Jey Uso has been a key figure in Roman Reigns' journey of becoming Tribal Chief. Hence, Reigns awarding him with the Ula Fala would be a wholesome moment. That said, the proposed angle above is speculative, and nothing has been confirmed. WWE Hall of Famer questions rumored SummerSlam plans for Roman Reigns. Since Seth Rollins got injured, there has been a rumor that Braun Breaker may face Roman Reigns at the biggest party of the summer as the Visionary's replacement. However, speaking on his Off the Top podcast, real-life Bloodline member and WWE legend Rikishi doubts whether the two-time Intercontinental Champion is ready for a big spot, such as facing Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. Braun Breaker has been moved in that position to be a main event player on his own soon. Right now, he's surrounded to get that kind of rub and also to kind of be able to lead him. But he's a quick learner. He's a great athlete. He looks good. His promos are there, but I feel like in due time, he is gonna be that person too, Rikishi said. With SummerSlam around the corner, it will be interesting to see what plan the Stamford-based promotion may have for Reigns. If there is one name that still commands reverence, fear, and speculation in equal measure, it is Roman Reigns. For nearly a decade, the Tribal Chief has ruled WWE with an iron fist, morphing from the Shield's powerhouse to the head of the table, a man who redefined what it means to hold power in the squared circle. But as whispers grow louder that SummerSlam 2025 could be his last stand, one rumor stands out above all: could Roman Reigns crown the next OTC, the One True Champion, version 2, before he finally steps away? Let's rewind. When Reigns first declared himself the head of the table, he built an empire not just through title defenses, but through mind games, manipulation, and a masterclass in storytelling. The Bloodline saga elevated everyone involved, from the Usos to Solo Sikoa, and even Paul Heyman found a new lease of relevance. But it wasn't just about titles, it was about legacy. The idea that there can only be one at the head of the table cemented Roman's place as the definitive OTC, One True Champion, in the eyes of fans. Now, insiders say that Roman wants to do what no one expects, walk away at the peak of his power, but not without leaving a successor. Not just a new champion, but someone who truly embodies the Tribal Chief's aura, someone who can carry the mythos forward, shaping the Bloodline's next generation. But who could it be? Solo Sikoa, the heir apparent? The most obvious candidate is Solo Sikoa. He has grown from a quiet enforcer to a fierce lone wolf who's carved out a reputation as ruthless and unshakable. Many believe that Solo's silent charisma mirrors young Roman's early days, quiet but lethal. Over the last year, Solo has distanced himself just enough to hint that he might be done playing the loyal cousin. WWE Creative has subtly planted seeds, backstage tensions, moments of defiance, and even quiet nods from Paul Heyman. Imagine it, at SummerSlam, Roman stands tall after defeating whoever dares to step up one last time. Solo enters the ring, seemingly to celebrate. But then, a silent face-off. Roman removes his tribal lei, the ultimate symbol of his rule, and places it around Solo's neck. The crowd gasps. The torch is passed. But before Solo can soak it in, Roman raises his arm high, and the crowd roars, not just for the past, but for the future. If WWE wants a dramatic moment that lives forever, crowning Solo as OTC2 would be it. Jacob Fatu, the wild card. Then there's the Bloodline's newest wild card, Jacob Fatu. His arrival shook the family tree in ways no one saw coming. Jacob is explosive, raw, and unpredictable, the perfect storm to shake the Bloodline out of any stagnancy. He's not polished in the way Roman is, he's chaos personified. And maybe that's exactly what the next OTC needs to be. Roman's rule has been defined by order, hierarchy, and discipline. But what if the next phase embraces unpredictability? Jacob Fada tearing through the roster as the new tribal chief would flip the script entirely. Passing the torch to him at SummerSlam, maybe through betrayal or a shocking turn, could be Roman's final mind game: crown the Bloodline's monster as king and let chaos reign. Jey Uso, a full circle moment? No conversation is complete without Jey Uso. The man who first bent the knee to Roman in that iconic Hell in a Cell match has walked the tightrope between loyal cousin and rebel heart ever since. Fans still chant main event Jey Uso for a reason: he's earned it. If WWE wants the most emotional payoff possible, imagine this: Roman, weakened and exhausted after a brutal SummerSlam battle, stands toe-to-toe with Jey one last time. No interference. No Heyman. Just family. Roman drops to one knee, raises his arms, and lets Jey finish the story. He pins Roman clean, anointing himself not just as champion, but as the Bloodline's true new head of the table. It would be the ultimate redemption arc for Jey, and Roman's final act of humility and love for his family. The bigger picture: why now? So why would Roman do this? Why now? The answer is layered. Behind the scenes, Reigns has spoken about the toll of his punishing schedule. He has Hollywood calling, with offers for major roles lined up. There are strong rumors that he wants to explore acting full-time, much like his cousin The Rock did. But unlike The Rock, Roman has always been obsessed with legacy. Walking away without a clear successor doesn't sit right with the tribal chief. He knows that if he just drops the title and disappears, the magic fades. The Bloodline story, for all its twists, needs closure, or at least, the seed for a new beginning. Crowning OTC2 is Roman's way of ensuring the story lives on without him. It's his final power play, controlling the narrative even in his absence. Could WWE pull the trigger? Of course, wrestling is unpredictable. Creative could swerve at the last minute. Roman could hold on to his crown until WrestleMania 41 instead. He could lose the title to an outsider like Cody Rhodes or Seth Rollins, leaving the Bloodline to implode on its own. But crowning OTC2 at SummerSlam would be poetic. It would bring the story full circle, back to where Roman truly began his transformation into the tribal chief years ago. SummerSlam has always been Roman's battlefield. From battles with Brock Lesnar to shocking betrayals and family drama, it's where he writes his biggest chapters. To write his final one here, on his terms, makes perfect sense. The verdict: is it really goodbye? If there's anything WWE fans have learned, it's never say never. Even if Roman walks away, the door will always be open for a comeback. But the chance to crown an official OTC2, someone who carries the Bloodline forward as more than just a champion but as a cultural force, might be too good for Roman, and WWE, to pass up. So as SummerSlam approaches, keep an eye on every interaction, every glance, every word Paul Heyman whispers. Because if Roman Reigns truly wants to leave as the tribal chief forever, then the next king must be ready to step into the fire, and carry the table forward for generations to come. And when that moment comes, the WWE Universe will know, the island of relevancy never sinks. It just finds a new ruler to defend its shores.